cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around to the goal. Ovo, O'Reilly, over the top. Roy ready. Shot and score. Gets around Weed. Off the bounce. Shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in. With an extra man. Bouvier sniping top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Etzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Exeter. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you live from Bill Ball Stadium as we get set for this 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Semifinal between top-seeded Exeter and the number 4 seed Londonderry. The Blue Hawks and the Lancers fighting to advance to Sunday's Division I championship game, where they will try to take out the defending champion Bishop Girton Cardinals. BG winner on this field earlier tonight as they came away with a big fourth quarter to eliminate Pinkerton by a final score of 13-6. Exeter, as we mentioned, the top seed in the tournament. Advanced to the championship last year, brought a lot of that team back. And despite a new head coach in Matt Brewster, favored, I would say, in this one. They beat Londonderry handily in the regular season, but got to give Coach Roger Sampson some credit, Roger. He's now had the Lancers in 2 straight Final Fours. They play a physical brand of lacrosse. They're disciplined. Got good players really up and down the roster, and going to try and hang around as long as they can tonight with the Blue Hawks, who lost just 1 game during the regular season. That was, of course, against BG back in April.
Yes, it was. They pretty much had their way throughout the division this year, and with the exception of that one blemish against Bishop Girton, to me, it wasn't just the broadcasts that I was able to see Exeter this year. I've watched them several times outside of this booth with Friday Night Lights, and they're just a fun team to watch. They're smooth. They play pretty much mistake-free ball. And I wonder what Coach Roger Sampson's going to do to really live up to the task of, giving them a challenging game today. Londonderry, on the other hand, they were other than the Bedford game that I saw them play, where they just completely dominated Bedford in that game. They've been kind of not a sleeper team, but you just haven't heard a lot about them this year. In the podcast with Coach Hetler and Joe Marcellina, they talk about them a little bit, but they maintain their place in the rankings, and here they are. All right, semifinal coming up next as we get it underway. Lancers and Blue Hawks here from Exeter. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Division I Lacrosse Semifinal right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Back here in Exeter, getting set for the start of the second semifinal. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Bishop Girton beat Pinkerton earlier on this field by a final of 13-7. Cardinals will be in a position to defend their Division I championship on Sunday against one of these two teams. This is a rematch from way back on April 16th. A lopsided win for Exeter, 18-3. That game was played in Londonderry. Again, Blue Hawks just one loss. It was a 17-10 shootout, highly anticipated first week of May, actually, against BG. They respond by winning their last 7, Roger, in the regular season. No problem with Concord in the quarterfinals, 17-5, and again are most likely considered the favorites tonight against Londonderry in this rematch.
Yes, and let's talk about Exeter for a second. A team that has put up some huge offensive numbers this year. They did not have a single game out of the 18 that they played this year, barring the playoffs, where they did not score 10 or more goals. But on the other side, defensively, they only gave up double-digit goals 3 times this year, and one of those was to Bishop Girton. So watch the defense as well. They're just as tough and as good as the offense.
Good night for lacrosse. Temperatures still in the 70s here as the sun begins to set. Big growing crowd that features a lot of Exeter students off to our right, about 6 rows deep behind the home bench. Opening face-off goes to Londonderry. The ground ball is handled by Nathan Pedrick, one of their multi-sport athletes. However, Exeter going to force the turnover and come on the attack. Here comes Aiden Drunzik, backdoor feed, catch, fire, and score. That's Gavin Lechner. The junior left wide open near the net, pass on the money. hesitated a little bit there, held the shot back, Roger, before beating the goaltender to put his team out in front 1-0.
Yeah, he got the goalie to move, and good for Aiden Drunzik to let this goal go up, or let this pass go down, because I think he had a shot as well, but he saw Gavin, and Gavin does the right thing. Goalie commits. Here we go.
Just 24 seconds in, the home team with a 1-0 lead. Drunzik looking for a 2-0 edge, goes off the side of the net, follows his own miss behind the cage, gathers a chin-high ground ball. And Exeter going to hit the reset button and pull it back out. The top seed in white, Londonderry in their road blues, looking for a stop. On the run, this is Adam Neal, another multi-sport athlete. Going to work it now to the far side. Drunzik spins to his left, thought about it, going to twist and turn and back it out, and ultimately hook back up with Marshall Lazowitz, freshman who's played well all year for Coach Brewster. Kind of a big game reputation. The youngster has played well every time we've seen him in person, Roger, over the course of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, Lechner off the screen. The cut! That was actually a pass that went off the stick. A whistle here is going to give it back to Londonderry. Looked like Lechner had the right idea there, but couldn't haul in that pass. It ultimately goes back to Londonderry.
Exactly.
In goal tonight for the Lancers, Colby Walden. Kind of split time all season in goal. Walden, just a freshman himself, has played very well for Coach Sampson.
Sloppy play here.
Yeah, having some trouble in the middle part of the field. Exeter causing some havoc on the ride. They forced their second turnover. Good effort by Matt Denman, one of these senior leaders. Showing a nose for the ball there, forcing a second Londonderry giveaway.
Yeah, Colby Walden's father is one of the assistant coaches for the Lancers. He played his college ball up at Plymouth State. He still plays on the old guys circuit, and he's quite an attackman. His father is and was. Interesting to see the son take up the goaltending position.
And Coach Sampson's got a pretty good staff behind him. That includes Coach Walden, Coach Chris Provost, Tyler Grant, and Kyle McLean. Walden ends up with it. Long outlet pass. Pulled in overhead by Kyle McPhail and the junior. Trying to spark something here for Londonderry. John Bauman going to slow it down, circling around out in front of his bench. And now really, Roger, Londonderry for the first time trying to settle in here with just over 2 minutes gone by.
Yeah, and they're pulling their best Bishop Girton defensive act by playing the ball way out high. And watch for some instant pressure here from there it is. Well, unforced error as it was.
Overhead pass out of play. Too high for Noah Malcolm, the senior attackman. So not a great start on that side of the field for Londonderry. 3 turnovers and 3 possessions.
Yeah, Colby Walden with a big save there. It would be 2-0.
Coming up on 3 minutes gone. Crowd continuing to file in. Shadows continuing to grow down on this turf field here at Bill Ball Stadium. Meanwhile, little start and stop and then start again for Owen Williams. The sophomore is going to score on the run. Wow. Williams with an athletic play. Looks like a goal scorer's type of goal there. 2-0 Exeter.
Yeah, and he's being watched by a lot of collegiate coaches out there. I don't know if since the Portsmouth game he has made a commitment to go anywhere. Being a 10th grader, he better not be talking to any college coaches.
I was about to say.
But I will put it to you this way: that they are watching him, and he's special. He's going to be something.
Got to wait till September 1st.
Yeah, as a junior year though. I think he's only a sophomore, right?
Right. So this coming September 1st.
Yeah, he'd be a rising junior. Exactly.
He'll be okay to speak with whoever.
That's right.
All right, Londonderry right to left. McPhail trying to use that long pole to his advantage, does so with the clear. And again, Londonderry still looking for their first shot with over 3 minutes gone by on their 4th possession. They come down the middle. They swing it near side. Little jab step upon the catch offered up by Aiden Heward. Been one of Londonderry's leading scorers really all season. Far side, Bauman with a examination of the options. Now a shot's going to come on the run. A bouncer that won't quite get through. may have hit a piece of the defender's body. Tanner Smith, the sophomore, looked like was in the shooting lane. Goaltender right behind him. That's Ethan Burnich. Another one of these goaltenders that has split time this year. It's been both Burnich and his teammate has seen a lot of action as well. And, of course, is Ryan Tatman, the junior. Meanwhile, flag's going to fly. First penalty going to come against Londonderry as this one whistled dead.
This might be against Dylan Risley. Cross-check or interference.
Risley, one of their more aggressive players. Very good football player. Member of that championship secondary on the Londonderry football team that won the championship actually on this field back in November.
This is going to be against Provo for a slash.
So Provost, the junior, on his knee in the penalty box. EMO for Exeter, trying to find a man-up goal here to stretch this lead to 3-0. Full minute on the penalty clock. Meanwhile, backdoor, Lechner couldn't handle it. Came in a little too hot out of the senior stick. The junior stick, rather. Long bouncing outlet, scooped up on the run. This is Londonderry's Jesse Moore, and out in front, knocked down again. And then casually covered up by Burnich. However, outlet intercepted. Josh DeFranzo, wide shot. Nobody behind the cage there for Londonderry. It goes back to Exeter. Still a good read, though, on the interception by DeFranzo, who offers up his first shot of the afternoon. Of the evening, I should say. Coming up at the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour here locally. Midway through, first quarter. 2-0 Bluehawks. Drunzik. Got the trailer here. That's Gabe Albert. Crossed the zone. Ball flew out of his stick. Denman lost the location there for a moment. Now it's still loose here in the high slot. Push near side. The freshman Lazowitz gets to it for the home team. Back for Drunzik, who's going to light the lamp. The senior and future UMass Minuteman lighting the lamp, top shelf, 3-0 Exeter as they get the man-up goal just in time, right? Or were we back to even strength officially?
It'll be an even strength goal,
okay.
But, man, I'll tell you what, Drunzik, he wound up from Newfields to shoot this ball, and he wanted nothing but net, and he got it.
Certainly had the room like it was an EMO.
Yeah, for sure. And
as the Londonderry defense wasn't quite set, apparently.
No, and I give Williams an assist on that, so he's got 2 points already in this early first quarter.
3-0 Exeter. This pass knocked down, taken away. The Blue Hawk defense making plays. Meanwhile, a good effort here by Heward. But ultimately, Exeter able to recover as Cole Hiles, the sophomore, ends up at the clear in the middle of the field. Drunzik going to slow this to a crawl along the far sideline as we're inside now 6 minutes. Remaining first quarter, Blue Hawks threatening to make it a 4-0 game. Williams near side, wants a one-on-one, moves to his left, across the zone. Drunzik with a dodge, trying to go middle, takes a shot upstairs, lost his footing in the ball. We get a whistle. He's going to stay here with Exeter.
There could have been a flag on that play.
Yeah, it was.
Got it up high in the grill and
kind of waiting for one there. Drunzik still trying to shake off that hit, it looks like. Meanwhile, Neal.
Yep, he did ward.
Good defense. That's Londonderry's Brandon Robbins, who was there, draws the call. Now Neal looking for revenge. Brings Robbins to the turf. It's a clean hit. Exeter, another forced turnover on the ride. And again, the attack going to settle in here. Londonderry has had trouble in this first quarter getting it out of their own end. Inside of 5 minutes. Lechner wants a one-on-one. Lost the ball. Again, the defender Robbins holding his ground, throwing a shoulder in the mix. This one's going to skirt out of bounds and be rewarded to Londonderry. Good physical series there defensively for the Lancers. Now can they get out of their own end cleanly? They look for the clear. It's Bauman in the middle. Foot race is across the 50. Takes a hit from Neal, keeps on ticking, spins away from two, and then scoops it away to his teammate, Pedrick. He's going to come back near side. This is Connor Howe. Goal line extended for Hewitt, given room, slowly closed out now by Neal. Londonderry going to reset as we head towards 4 minutes to go first quarter.
Yeah, they need a good possession here. We say it all the time, but they got to calm their nerves a little bit and get a good
haven't really
time.
had a clean shot yet.
No, and the two saves that Burnich has, one was a dribbler.
Right.
If anything, you kind of got a deflection out of it. But early time out here by the Lancers. I'm not sure. There's 4 minutes left in the quarter here. Maybe he's saying that exactly that to his guys. Slow it down a little bit here.
Good time to regroup. Good time for us to regroup as well and remind you that our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair, it's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast, visit NHIPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe, and an army of maybe about 2,000 fans here at Bill Ball's Stadium. In fact, the right side of the stands here is pretty much packed elbow to elbow with Exeter supporters. A few folks have made the trip from Londonderry off to our left, trying to support the Lancers in blue and white here. Meanwhile, we have a final from out of town, Hopkinton and Plymouth. Hopkinton, a winner, 12-9, going to punch their ticket to Sunday's final, which, of course, we'll bring to you live here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire in conjunction with the NFHS Network at NFHnetwork.com. The fun begins at 2:30 with the D3 matchup that'll feature Hopkinton. All right, we're inside of 4 minutes to go. Another quick shot. This one tipped. I guess that one ruled a pass, tipped out of bounds by the defense. The long pole, Provost got a piece. Exeter going to keep it. Leckner, good spin move, scores. Wow. Spun away from the defender, Provost, and beats the freshman goaltender upstairs at point-blank range, 4-0 Exeter.
Well, this is just a quick dance from the whistle. Just blows right on by Provost. And Provost could have gotten a slash on this. He gave him a good crack as he went by him and put that ball in the net. They're lucky they didn't get a flag on that, but Lechner's on fire. He's doing well.
Meanwhile, Ty Parsons, a good face-off win for Londonderry, but the youngster overshoots his teammate Heward on the near sideline and ends up throwing it away. This Exeter defense has looked fearsome. The Riot has forced turnovers, and they've won the time of possession battles so far as we've now played 9 minutes here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, that's Lechner's second goal of the quarter, and we know what he can do out there.
Neal, a little jammed up on that shot, ends up well wide. Backed up in the far corner by Lechner. Lechner, 2 goals. Owen Williams, Aiden Drunzik, the other 2 for the home team.
Well, here the Blue Hawks taking a page out of Bishop Girton's playbook here, going into 1 for themselves.
Swung for Williams.
Nice
Somebody
cut
off the screen here. It's Neal, the bouncer, just off target. Pretty good off-ball movement so far for the Blue Hawks, Roger.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons I like this set. I don't think it gets played enough, but you can do so much on all 4 points of the field. when you're in a 1-4, and you can roll off the crease, you can come off the top, you can pick, as we saw both low and high by the Cardinals. There's just so many different things you can do with that. I'm kind of surprised they're in a set at all, but now they're kind of changing things up again.
We got a moving screen, and they go away from the ball against Exeter. The official, Steve Small, right there to make the call. Another veteran crew on hand, led by crew chief Tim McCaffrey tonight, right?
That is correct.
One of your favorite officials.
Yeah, one of the best around, period.
Yeah.
He does a lot of NCAA games, prep.
In good hands, and of course these referees are working in front of the boss, right, with Bill Ball.
Yes.
Down there on the sideline, who handles, of course, all the officiating, scheduling, and of course is the athletic director and longtime head football coach here at Exeter. Of course, coached the lacrosse team back in the day as well.
I understand
the
that.
program was
Look at
young.
that.
Here's a shot and a score, and Londonderry's on the board. That's Josh DeFranzo, senior, finding enough room there to light the lamp. Londonderry needed a lift. DeFranzo provides it with 1:45 to go here in the first quarter.
And give the Lancers credit here. There was just a frenzy of activity on the sideline here in front of their own bench, and the tenacity of them to stay in bounds and get the ground ball created that turnover that created the fast break towards the net there.
Londonderry needed a response. They get it. Now looking for a face-off win. Good wing play. McPhail struggled a bit to pull that one in overhead, but ultimately able to secure. Londonderry right back on the attack and looking for a second goal here in the final 90 seconds of the first frame. Spin move near side. This is Noah Malcolm. Gets a shot and a score. He beats Burnish low. Well, a great move by the senior attackman Noah Malcolm. Unassisted there as he's able to work his way. Following a spin move there, goal line extended. Gets the step. Does the rest there. Goes low and away for Londonderry's second straight goal.
Well, here we go. I mean, good for the Lancers here. Malcolm, I haven't called his name all season long. I don't know where he came. He was a starter this year. But, yeah, nice left-handed shot and drive.
2 goals, 24 seconds apart. All of a sudden it feels like a new game. After the first 4 goals go to Exeter, the last 2 have gone to Londonderry. Coming up on 1 minute remaining. First quarter, Exeter wants to get one of those back right here. Drunzik going to slow to a jog. Bring it back out for Neal, and it's swung near side for Denman. Denman looking for a pick to his right. Defender staying right with him. That's Riley Bowles, one of the emotional leaders for Londonderry. Meanwhile, the flag is thrown on the far side. Drunzik comes middle and misfires. We're going to get another penalty here against the Lancers with just 46 seconds to go in this opening quarter.
This is interference on number 6, should be. Yeah, interference. What number 6 from Londonderry McPhail did was off ball, away from the play. He checked his attackman's stick, and that's a no-no. He put it on, ended up putting it on the ground.
Another opportunity for Exeter. Just missed out on a man-up goal in their first EMO, but scored seconds later. At even strength, Denman up top. Drunzik with room. Step down, shot, and score. Well, Aiden Drunzik, you may or may not have seen him earlier this season on SportsCenter.
Yes.
Part of their top 10 segment for a goal he scored against Bishop Girton. This one may not have been as pretty as that one, which was acrobatic style. This one a good old-fashioned long-range step down. Right, 5-2 Exeter.
Yeah. He's something to watch.
UMass getting a pretty good player.
Violation on Exeter here on this face-off, so that'll go to Londonderry.
All right, Exeter a chance with 20 seconds, maybe one more. Trying to match their largest lead of 4 from earlier. Drunzik wants a one-on-one here near side. Down to 10 seconds. Bullet pass up top. Williams step down shot wide. That one whistled past the goaltender.
And almost took Hayden Lechner out, too. He had to bow out of the way on that one.
do we got here, Roger? Timeout?
Geez, I don't know why.
With 8 seconds?
Don't know why.
Going to get a timeout from first-year head coach Matt Brewster. He's got something up the sleeve, clearly. Timeout coming with 8 seconds remaining. We're going to try and get Coach Brewster on the program Sunday. Season finale of FNL Lacrosse comes your way at 9 a.m. It's a championship edition, a perfect way to kick off Championship Sunday. 9 a.m. interviews, previews, the whole nine. Coach Cameron will be back in studio. We'll touch base again with Roger if the wife allows. And again, trying to schedule Exeter's Matt Brewster. And should Londonderry pull the upset here, love to get Coach Sampson back on the program. So either way, we're on the air live, 9 a.m. on Sunday morning with FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks.
As I said to you earlier in the week, I think last week, I had the pleasure of spending most of my day during the JV tournament talking to Coach Sampson,
right.
And he's just a joy to talk to.
Yeah,
he's a historian of the game in the state of New Hampshire, especially, and we certainly had a good chuckle or two about where we've come from, not only in NHIAA but at the youth level, and it's good to talk to him. He's a good interview, too. I'm sure he will be if you can get him on the show.
All right, coming up, 8 seconds. Coach Brewster has got something clearly in mind here. He's going to start out with Lechner behind the cage on the restart. Londonderry is going to give him plenty of room. Jesse Moore in the defender. Near side, tiptoeing, tick, 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 down to 4. There's the cutter, Neal, he's got it! Wow! That's why you call the timeout, apparently. Neal off the weak side, screen was wide open. Pass on the money, Lechner the assist. Neal's got his first goal. And Exeter leaves just 1.2 seconds remaining here at the end of the first to go up 6-2.
Yeah, what do I know? I've said it many times this year, and I didn't quite get it, but you're right. He had something. There was a play there that he had in the back of his mind,
yeah.
And lo and behold, it works.
With 1 second. 6-2 Exeter. 2 straight by the Blue Hawks in the final 29 seconds. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The top seed, showing you why through 12 minutes at least. 6-2 Blue Hawks. Back to Bill Ball Stadium in just a moment. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I semifinals. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Because they won 2, and then there was a violation. 6-3 in favor of Exeter.
Of the 9 face-offs so far through 1 quarter. And as a result, they've got a 6-2 lead on the board. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Second semifinal of the night here at Bill Ball Stadium. Great crowd, as you can see. On a gorgeous night. A lot of those folks are Blue Hawk fans. Of course, this was a neutral site determined at the start of the season. Just so happens the top-seeded Exeter advances to the semifinal, and they get to enjoy the home field advantage both tonight and possibly on Sunday. The winner goes on to face Bishop Girton, the defending champion Cardinals, with a big fourth quarter. Able to put away Pinkerton earlier tonight, 13-10 7-6 was the final. That 7-goal gap, the largest of the game. Cardinals able to break open what was an 8-6 score with 5 unanswered goals in the fourth quarter and win it going away. They'll have a chance for their 11th title in school history on Sunday. Sunday's a big game for us. We've got big day for us. 3 games and a show coming your way. The fun begins at 9 a.m. with FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're going to try and get all 6 championship game coaches on the air with us for a full preview. That begins again at 9 a.m. Eastern and can be seen only on our YouTube channel, FNL NH Media. Here's Neal trying to come up with a turnover. One of Exeter's best athletes. Going to go over the top. Williams shot on the run. Waldron swallowed that up. Goaltender looked confident there. Read it the whole way. Now Bauman off the outlet pass. Trying to change direction. A short pass here is mishandled. Long pole Manny Sousa couldn't quite gather. Exeter takes advantage the other way. Ryan Garrity. Junior long pole. Drunzik says let's pump the brakes and restart. Albert going to spin away, and Londonderry looking to challenge a little bit here on the perimeter. Now Lechner is given room far side, going to bring it behind the cage. Just over a minute gone by, second quarter. Exeter scored the first 4 goals of the game tonight. Gavin Lechner, Owen Williams, Aiden Drunzik, and then Lechner again in that order. Here's a shot and score. Denman going to join the party. Enters his name in the scorer's book with a minute 26 gone by second quarter. Exeter's lead continuing to grow now to 7-2.
Sweet play here. Sweet play, and good for Aiden Drunzik to tell his boys to calm down a little bit and let's reset. And sure enough, Lechner finds Denman on the cut.
So 7-2. Exeter's 4-0 lead turned to 4-2. Londonderry got on the board about midway through that first quarter. Josh DeFranzo and then Noah Malcolm, back-to-back goals 21 seconds apart. Meanwhile, Drunzik in transition. The bouncer takes a hot over the net and out of play in the far corner. Blue Hawks got 2 more, Roger, in the final 29 seconds. A man-up goal for Drunzik, his second, and then with 1 second left, following a timeout by Coach Brewster, Adam Neal able to score to beat the buzzer. 6-2 was our score after 1, and again, Matt Denman lights the lamp a moment ago to stretch this thing out to 7-2. Now with 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Pass gets away from everybody. Tracked down by Neal here on the weak side, now on the near side. Let's take a step to his right, come back middle. Londonderry trying to force him out on the switch. Good play by the long pole. That's Risley. Able to poke it loose for Londonderry. Lancers the other way. This is Pedrick at full speed. Hacked on from behind. It's loose. Long pole. Tanner Smith in the mix for Exeter. Ground ball ends up with Garrity. Across the field pass. They come back middle. And again, it's Smith who ends up with it off the bounce. Smith, the long pole. Trying to locate the ball now as his stick betrayed him. Londonderry's Robbins back in the mix, and now what's this? A whistle here by the officials. The call going against Londonderry. Looks like a push there against the Lancers.
He was counting, so it almost looked like they were off sides, but the ball was on the ground, so they just awarded the ball.
3 minutes in, second quarter. Drunzik, 2 goals to his credit already.
Nice.
Leaves it for Albert. 1 more in the middle, knocked away. Good defensive effort by Provost. This one's still up for grabs. Drunzik in the mix for Exeter, knocked off the ball. But Williams, his teammate, able to secure finally. Well, Londonderry trying to make some things happen between the 30s, but got to credit Exeter for ultimately coming up with a couple of ground balls in this first half that could have gone either way.
Yeah, and Londonderry's won a couple of faceoffs here, but they can't contain the possession. So it's quickly turning into an Exeter-dominated offensive half here. Meanwhile,
both Drunzik and Londonderry's Camden Brutus end up on the turf there. The ball gets back in the Lancers' possession. And now near side, Malcolm. Neal Breathing down his neck from behind. Malcolm's going to go straight to the cage. Pass across the zone. Heward fanned on the attempt. Was knocked down, and now another whistle is going to give this back to the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, Noah Malcolm stepped in the crease on the backside after that pass.
4 minutes in, second quarter. Exeter has played out in front so far the entire first half, looking for another. Trying to increase their lead to 6 for the first time. Backdoor, too strong, off the head of the stick. Denman had room but couldn't finish. Waldron an easy stop and another outlet. On the move, this is Pedrick. Going to circle around on that far wing. Coach Sampson okay with the offense. Hitting the reset button here, trying to figure some things out 5 minutes into this second quarter. Londonderry's 2 goals came 21 seconds apart back in the first quarter.
Not sure what they're trying to do here.
Looking for spacing, maybe?
They got the spacing.
Pass too hot out of the stick of Bauman. And out of play. Threw a bullet pass to his teammate Malcolm. A little too hot to handle there. And Exeter trying to come the other way. This is Nick Sullivan, Jr., pretty good basketball player. Going to draw a flag, it looked like. Sullivan avoiding a hit on that far sideline. Official going to flag Londonderry for another penalty. Meanwhile, Williams going to come behind the cage. Drunzik flips it up top. Neal with room. Step down. Shot and score. The senior Adam Neal given room and making Londonderry pay. Now 8-2 Exeter at the midway point, second quarter.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that flag was all about, but we'll see what happens, see if they tuck it away.
They give Williams the assist. Neal with his second goal.
So it's number 8 for Londonderry on the slash. That's DeFranzo.
Going to come over and explain himself to Coach Sampson. DeFranzo scored Londonderry's first goal. Has been one of their better offensive weapons all season. DeFranzo not happy as he pleads his case to Coach Sampson. So another opportunity for Londonderry, or I'm sorry, for Exeter to increase the lead here. Lancers really need a face-off win.
Yeah, this is what I call that double dip, where you've got a delayed flag on the penalty, and you pop it in, but it's a personal foul, so you get a chance to go on the EMO and double up.
Meanwhile, we got a hold against Exeter. They've got Cole Hiles guilty of the grab. Good job in the middle there, holding it down by Ty Parsons for Londonderry, the face-off man. Good double team, and Howe surrenders the ball. 2 Blue Hawk defenders converging, and now Tanner Smith going to escort the ball safely over the 50. Exeter back in business as we move inside of 6 minutes, just past the midway point, second quarter.
About 30 seconds to work with the CMO out of the 1.
Exeter threatening to score a 5th straight. Down to 20. Neal for Drunzik. Freshman Lazowitz comes jogging in. Williams goes behind the net. Low catch by Lechner. Lechner looking. Second player behind the net is Denman. Drunzik behind the back shot on the run. Kept alive behind the cage. A good stop by Lechner. Meanwhile, Londonderry is killed off the penalty, but Exeter, a second or so later, scores an even strength goal near the cage to make it now 9-2.
Yeah, Lechner's doing his part, man. He's doing some heavy lifting out there. That's not going to be an EMO goal, but they put the pressure on, and comes off of an Aiden Drunzik behind the back attempt, and Lechner does what he's been doing all season long. Just crowds that crease, gets right in, and with those big, lanky, long arms and tall frame, he's able to muscle it in.
Got 3 goals
in
this first half. The hat trick coming with just outside of 5 minutes to go until halftime. Another whistle on the face-off. Getting physical there between Garrity and Parsons. Another whistle against the Blue Hawks, and another face-off win for Londonderry. Starting to even out that category a little bit here in the second quarter.
Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, player on the ground, a hold is called. Howe lost his footing and looked like the defender was on top of him, Roger Smythe. One of the state's best long poles. Meanwhile, whistle. Another push against Exeter. Been a physical first half.
Contained, though.
Yeah. Well officiated as expected. Special teams have factored in. Important, I think, here, Roger, for Londonderry to at least come away with a good shot here inside a 5-minute second quarter. Maybe not necessarily a goal, but a good possession here, right?
Yeah, and they're very slow in getting started into their whatever they're running here. There seems to be a lot of freelancing going on, but I don't know if they're as good save.
Yeah, upstairs. Burnich with a good read there. Sophomore has not been tested consistently in this first half, but was ready there. No. Meanwhile, this one intercepted. Good play by McPhail. Picked it off with the long pole. Now Malcolm coming downhill. Gets the step. Shot. Ends up wide. Burnich out of the cage. Wins the foot race.
Yeah, good call.
Good athletic play by the netminder to win the battle for Exeter.
Yeah, I think we saw this same kind of offense when we did the South game back in April, and it just they look like they're in slow motion, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of quick activity like you see from a lot of other offenses out there.
Meanwhile, Albert dodged to his left. Good recovery. Defenseman swiped it. Knocked it loose. That was Morin. And back up top for Denman. To his right. Ooh. Shot off the crossbar. That one rattled the cage. The freshman Walden ultimately locates it in the crease. And now a long, sharp pass down the middle. Too hot to handle for Provost. Exeter gets to it. And the Blue Hawks come the other way here with inside of 3 minutes to go until the break. Again, Londonderry has had trouble against this Exeter ride tonight.
Yeah, that was a hot pass, as you said, but it wasn't uncatchable.
Right.
You got to move up on the ball if it's a short pass. But
two-man game. Ooh. Low offering there by Denman, swallowed up by Waldron. Freshman making some saves, and that's a good outlet pass on the move.
Oh, offsides.
Taking it above the head is Brutus. Brutus has a man near the cage, and there's DeFranzo. He's going to finish it off. A transition goal for Coach Sampson's Lancers. They're back within 6 at 9-3.
Yeah, and this is going to be waved off, this offsides, because it's going to be a technical foul. But great transitional play here, and a good fake on the backside. Or excuse me, on the front side, but DeFranzo.
Yeah, second goal for Josh DeFranzo, the senior attackman, hoping to extend his high school career one more game with a win tonight. Doing his bit. He's been active, 2 goals. Did serve a stint in the penalty box earlier in this second quarter, but he's been as steady as they come for Londonderry all year.
Yeah, and I love putting stats up on the offensive side for defensemen. So, give Camden Brutus an apple on that.
Good clear, too. Londonderry goes across. Burnich says no. Great pass over the top of the zone there that set up Malcolm on the doorstep. Burnich with perhaps his best save of this first half. Holds Londonderry off the board as we move now inside of 2 minutes until halftime. Exeter looking to match their largest lead here as they bring 2 players behind the net.
Sneaky little play on offense there by the Lancers. Nice and tight.
Well, a double team here in the corner, forcing Drunzik to give it up. They're just floating a second slide after whoever here, it looks like. Lazowitz now is afforded room here on the near side wing and isn't quite sure. Here comes the double again.
No, I guess they did call that penalty, Nick, against Exeter. I thought they were waving that off, so that's why they were ragging it there. That was against an attackman.
I think it was Williams. Sophomore is back on the field now as we're at even strength, as we tick towards 1 minute remaining in this second quarter. Denman with a catch in traffic. Back out for Neal. Looks on the far side wing. And a good shake and bake move by Lechner. Gets inside the defender but lost the ball. Provost, a long pole, able to poke it loose. And in the end, Waldron has it. Long outlet. Fielded in the middle by Robbins. And I think we have a timeout here by Londonderry.
Actually, it's interference on the goaltender. Walden was trying to make that pass, and the Exeter player stepped in front of him, so it's interference, free clear.
Yeah, that was Neal, who was in the face of Waldron on that outlet. So Londonderry given a free pass, and we move now towards 30 seconds here. Lancers looking for something to build on here just before half. Malcolm had a man, but the pass knocked down in the crease. Burnage the recovery, the outlet for Neal. Neal in a foot race now. He's about as fast as they come. Drunzik takes over near side wing inside of 20 seconds. Now it's Exeter who looks to strike one more time before half. Drunzik to the cage. Drunzik! Shot and score. Such a good one-on-one player. Roger, the senior, decides to just go right to the hole. Cashes in for the third time. He's got a hat trick. And Exeter matches their largest lead from earlier at 10-3.
And again, seconds left on the clock. Another game, another quarter where the quarter will literally end within seconds of the final goal of the quarter being scored. It's been uncanny how often that has happened this playoffs.
The Cardinals scored 6 goals in the final 100 seconds of each quarter in that semifinal win we saw earlier over Pinkerton. Meanwhile, this is whistled dead with 1 second remaining. Are we going to get a timeout here?
It's got to be a Londonderry timeout. They had the ball, so yeah.
They had one left, so that should be their second and final timeout. Again, it comes with just 1 second remaining until the break. Coming up at halftime, full look back at the first half, full recap. Take a look at Rogers' notes, get some stats, some highlights, some analysis, plus a recap of BG's win over Pinkerton. Final was 13-6, but it was a lot closer than that. We'll take a look back and get you set for Sunday's potential championship matchup as well. So a lot to get to at halftime. Meanwhile, they're going to add some time to the clock. Just over a second left a moment ago. They've added a couple more ticks. Now 4 seconds even remain. So I guess enough time for Coach Sampson to maybe draw something up here.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he was calling for that timeout long before it got heard by the official on this side. So thus the reloading of the time on the clock. Yeah, I mean, you had 10 seconds. He probably tried to call that timeout right after they got it to the box and just didn't get heard.
What do you do here? Just heave one up towards the net?
You just got to crank it, yeah. I would be packing it down low. I don't know if you have enough time to really get a second pass in here. We'll see. But as Exeter proved me wrong just a short time ago with their timeout.
Yeah, they had 8 seconds to work with at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, but
they got an Adam Neal goal with just over a second remaining. Londonderry trying to do something similar. Bauman, pass gets away from Heward and rolls harmlessly out of play as we end the first half. Exeter looking good, the top seed with a 10-3 lead, their largest, as they head to the locker room. A comfortable advantage with 2 quarters left to go here. Of course, the Blue Hawks trying to get to their second straight championship. Set up a rematch with Bishop Gurdon on Sunday.
Ought to be a good one. Busy day on Sunday coming up, huh? 9 to 9, it looks like.
9 to 9. That's right.
Hey, more lacrosse is always better than less.
Championship Sunday on a Sunday this year. Typically, it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
But because of some scheduling issues. I know Exeter's graduation is this Saturday here, I think, on this field.
Yeah.
Which forced the unusual Sunday schedule. All right. We'll take a break, get you some more stats, and a recap here coming up in just a moment. Exeter halfway home. A 10-3 lead on the board over Londonderry. You are watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Semifinals right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.NHTomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Halftime here at Bill Ball Stadium. Exeter looking strong through 2 quarters, leading Londonderry by a score of 10-3. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Semifinals here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. Exeter got off to a great start. Scored just 24 seconds into the game. Gavin Lechner, big first half for the junior. Made it 1-0. Owen Williams, 3 minutes in, made it 2-0. And then the senior, Aiden Drunzik, about midway through that first quarter, scored for the first time to make it 3-0. Lechner's second came about 2 minutes later. 4-0 Exeter at that point. And then Londonderry showed some signs of life. 2 goals, back-to-back, 21 seconds apart. Josh DeFranzo got them on the board just inside of 2 minutes to go, and then Noah Malcolmson on a great spin move made it 4-2. Exeter, though, they weren't done for the quarter. 2 goals in the final 29 seconds, one of those on the man up. Drunzik second. And then Adam Neal, following a late timeout by Coach Brewster, able to beat the buzzer and score with a little over 1 second remaining on that first quarter clock. So Exeter, a big opening frame, a 6-2 lead going into the second quarter. And then Matt Denman stretched the lead to 7-2 in the first 90 seconds. Neal gets another midway through to make it 8-2. Lechner's hat trick came less than a minute later, 9-2 the lead at that point. Londonderry gets one back from DeFranzo on his second score just outside of 2 minutes. And then, what do you know, some last-second magic yet again. This time with 10 seconds left, Drunzik scores to make it 10-3, and that is where we are with the third quarter around the corner.
You know, it doesn't feel like a 10-3 score to me. I mean, Exeter has just kind of quietly pumped some goals in here because Londonderry, although they're behind by 7 goals, they've been really scrappy out there. They have not made every single goal easy on Exeter. They've had to earn it. And, you know, aside from the fact that Londonderry has put themselves in the box 3 times to Exeter's 1 time, you know, it's been a pretty good path, I think, for Londonderry to stay on with what they're doing, you know, with the physicalness of the ball game so far.
What do we got for numbers, Roger? Both goaltenders look good at times in that first half, and the X sort of evened out a little bit in that second quarter.
Yes, it did, and we'll give Londonderry the nod on the faceoffs, 9-6. They actually ran the quarter in that second quarter. There were a couple of violations too on Exeter, which will be washed clean here going into the second half. But yeah, coin flip on the goaltenders. Burnich and Walden both with 4 saves. It seemed like Walden had more saves because there were a couple of pipes in there. There were a couple of dribblers that really weren't shots. But again, I'm pretty stingy when it comes to putting those little stick people next to names.
You're a tough teacher, for sure. All right, what do we see differently, Roger, for each of these 2 teams? Exeter a 7-goal lead to protect Londonderry, trying to get back on the comeback trail. Anything different in terms of the approach for these 2 head coaches?
Oh, I mean, start off with Londonderry. They have the advantage on the face-off circle right now, or the face-off X, that is. You know, I would slow this game down to a crawl. I mean, they got plenty of time. 7 goals is not insurmountable. They've got to kind of do what we said about Bedford the other day in the Bishop Girton game, is that, you know, once you get control of the ball, which unfortunately the Bulldogs never really did, you know, you've got to park yourself down in the offensive zone and try to get layups, okay? When you start making mistakes and try to force transition, force fast pace of play, you will have turnovers and you will cause transition, and Exeter is just too skilled and too good and too athletic to not take advantage of that.
Both of these teams fighting for a chance to take on Bishop Girton Sunday in the Division I Championship. Cardinals earlier today broke open what was a close game in the fourth quarter against Pinkerton. They outscore the Astros 5-0 in the final frame and win it by a final of 13-6. So BG a chance Sunday night to win another championship for Coach Cameron and win it back-to-back after capturing the title last year over Exeter in the final. So the Blue Hawks here in the second half, looking for a rematch Sunday on their home field against Bishop Girton. Of course, that's part of a marathon championship afternoon that actually gets going in the morning with FNL Lacrosse, live from the Beals Insurance Studios in Bedford at 9 a.m. FNL Lacrosse, of course, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Chris Cameron, BG head coach and founder of the New Hampshire Tomahawks, will join me in studio. Some exclusive interviews. We'll know in a little while who is going to be taking on Hopkinton in the D3 championship. Hopkinton won earlier tonight. They knocked off Plymouth. And Roger, you've got an update via Alex Hall of the Union Leader on what's going on in the other semifinal in D3.
Yeah, indeed, and this is kind of a mild shock here. Halftime score: Laconia 2, Campbell 2, Carson Tucker gets 2 goals for Laconia to keep him in the game.
Campbell undefeated and the top seed in danger. A tie game at half. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard moving forward. Londonderry, they win the face-off. They've got work to do, down 7. As we begin the second half under the lights here at Bilbao Stadium, big crowd. Temperature starting to drop a little bit as the sun is set, and those lights become more and more necessary as we move into the 8 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. Howe trying to find a lane to the net, was stripped. Good defensive play by Smith, the long pole. It's cleared at midfield by Smythe. Smythe has Williams to his right, and now Exeter going to pump the brakes. Goal line extended near side as Lechner going to take a jog behind the cage. 1 minute gone by, third quarter, first trip on the attack for Exeter as they threaten to extend their largest lead here to 8 goals.
Yeah, I would expect the same kind of offensive procedure and process out of Exeter like they did in the first half. No need to change.
Near side, Lechner jogs away from danger. And now Drunzik goes right towards it, trying to draw a slide. Tiptoeing around the crease, lost his footing in the ball. And his stick, for that matter. It's still loose, and now the whistles converge. They're going to hand this to Londonderry. Walden's outlet taken by the long pole, Morin. Morin across midfield without an issue. Back near side, Bauman locked up. And now this one squirts loose near side on the turf. Bauman still with an inside track for Londonderry, but Neal comes out of the blue. Here he comes on the run, shot, and score. Adam Neal firing up this Blue Hawk crowd here in Exeter. The athleticism on full display there. Not known as a goal scorer, Roger, but the senior has now come up with a hat trick here early in this third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go that far anymore about him. We've seen him pump some goals in all season long. And, Londonderry got to get a little more fight in there on those ground balls at half field. But good for him.
Neal scored at the tail end of the first quarter with a second to go. Scored early in the second quarter and has got a goal here with now 2 minutes gone by in the third. Neal, perhaps one of the best athletes at Exeter High School. Really an outstanding football player, has been for years. And obviously very impactful on really both ends of the field here for Coach Brewster and the lacrosse team. Having one of his better offensive games, at least so far tonight. Meanwhile,
certainly,
Drunzik flips it over to Neal. He's got the hot stick. Spins back middle, draws a slide. Forced to give it up here on the near side now with 3 minutes gone by, third quarter. Coach Brewster directing traffic from the home sideline. Denman swings it far side. Williams coming downhill. Defender ready for him, that's Brutus. Now deep behind the net, Drunzik near side. Lechner with room, thought about it. Little fake here, spin, draws a slide, and took a shot on the pass.
Oh,
and then a little
like
extracurricular there. Lechner was on the ground, and it looked like McPhail took a shot at him.
It's right in front of the official, Tim McCaffrey. Cross-check. Full minute put up on the board here as the Lancers guilty of being a little over-aggressive there on the defensive end.
Yeah, it was kind of a late flag, don't you think? I mean, the play happened, the ball went away.
See, there's the pass, and then I think it took place off camera even after that.
Yeah, it was a little bit late, but official Richard was right there, and he obviously got the call right.
An avoidable penalty for Londonderry. Another very efficient EMO on the field for Exeter. Lechner on the doorstep, but ends up a foot or so wide off that near post. Good feed, though, by Williams to set up the shot. Coming up on 4 minutes gone by, third quarter. Exeter looking for their largest lead of 9, and they'll get it here. They work the perimeter, and then Denman cashes in for his second goal. Another man-up goal for the home team. And now 12-3, a 9-goal lead for the first time.
Pretty simple. Find the open man. Easy goal. Not much you can say on that one.
Good rotation, a good step-down shot, kind of a tough angle. Didn't matter there for Denman.
No, not for the skills of this team.
Another face-off up for grabs. Another big collision at midfield with Neal right in the middle for Exeter. Everybody taking a stab here. This one is still loose on the far side. And ultimately Provost gets to it for a Londonderry win. Outlet, though, is knocked down. Captured, Fandon just outside the box by Brutus. Ultimately, he's helped out by his teammate McPhail. Now Londonderry looking for an opportunity here in traffic. Pass too strong. Out of the stick of Pedrick. Another whistle here.
Going to be an Exeter penalty for sure. Push.
It's against Cole Hiles, sophomore midfielder. Look to explain himself to Coach Brewster. So Exeter going to eat a penalty here. Just a 30-second penalty. Londonderry will have to get to work quickly if they want to cash in. They trail by 9 for the first time. They look for their first goal of this third quarter. Nearly 5 minutes in. Howe given room, far side. They work near the cage. And that shot betrayed Pedrick. Ball flies out of his stick. Neal, another ground ball. He hooks up with the long pole. Garrity in the middle of the field. Denman trying to help him out. Scoops it up on the run, and now Drunzik hits the break on the far side wing.
Yeah, just no movement at all on any of the corners with the Lancers man-up team right there. Just deadheaded, and they just made an ill-advised shot, kind of backhanded right into Burnage.
Back to even strength as we head toward the midway point, third quarter. Lazowitz, the freshman, trying to shake off Robbins' pass, gets away from Drunzik and goes out of bounds. That's a rare Exeter miscue on offense if haven't committed too many turnovers tonight.
No, and certainly, the Lancers have given them reason at times to throw the ball away, and they've come away clean. But that was probably their third unforced error.
And here's another interception. As the Exeter ride starting to take its toll against Londonderry, really from the get-go, they made things difficult in Londonderry's end, and they force another turnover at midfield there. Drunzik, a no-look pass setting up Denman. Shot from the high slot, no problem for Waldron, the goaltender, and now the freshman trying to direct traffic on the back end here on the clear. Throws a long outlet pass. That's on the money. Collected on the move by Pedrick. And now Pedrick downhill, looking for a split dodge, lost his footing. The shot is off and stopped by Burnich. Meanwhile, more action behind the play. Another push away from the ball as we move inside
Denman,
the midway point of this third quarter. Yep. Denman, a 30-second call for the push. So back-to-back Exeter penalties.
Not sure how well that sits with Coach Brewster, big lead or not.
He's giving him a talking to right now as you're speaking. So, yeah, no, it can't be.
I mean, that stuff's not going to work very well against the Cardinals.
No.
Potentially. Barring a Londonderry comeback, we'll see a rematch of last year's championship. This one off the pole. Heward with probably his best look tonight. An inch or so off. Exeter catches a break.
Oh, big hack.
Sullivan, a good reception here on the clear, and the junior able to safeguard the ball for Exeter. Now Lechner in a full sprint goes behind the cage as we hit 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Smart play there also by Lechner. Just kill that penalty, get the ball behind, reset, let your boys change up from D to O, and let's make a run.
Albert coming downhill. Taking on Bowles, draws a slide. Far side, Drunzik. He wants now to come middle. Changes spots with Lazowitz.
Oh, nice look.
Behind the back feed, Albert open just out in front of the crease and scores on his way to the ground. First goal tonight for the junior midfielder Gabe Albert. Exeter's opened up their first 10-goal lead of the night here, 13-3, now 3 unanswered in this third quarter.
This was a sweet goal. I love the way Aiden Drunzik just drew 2 defenders and left the whole backside of this offensive set completely blank. There was nobody there.
Almost like a no-look, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he drew the 2 defenders up so high, and they're so keen on Aiden that, they seem to forget about the guys that aren't in the scoring column right now.
Good job by Parsons on the face-off for Londonderry. Meanwhile, big hit again behind the play. Jesse Morin went flying. Took a shot, I believe, from Williams. This one's gotten more and more physical as the game has gone on.
Yeah, they're going to give him a 1-minute penalty there.
Williams having a word on the sideline with the coaching staff. It's the third penalty Exeter's taken here in this third quarter.
In a row.
Yeah. Lancers have not been able to cash in. They haven't scored in this second half. Their last goal came just outside the 2-minute mark before halftime. If you're just joining us, Exeter has led wire to wire. Scored just 24 seconds in and have not looked back. They've built up their largest lead to this point as we move inside of 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Meanwhile, Exeter has killed off half the penalty. In fact, down to just 20 seconds now. That's Garrity taking a chance defensively. It seemingly paid off. Ball popped loose for a moment. Malcolm recovers for Londonderry. Pass taken near the cage, but the shot ends up off target. Bauman knocked to the ground, and then a whistle is going to give this back to the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, just a totally anemic EMO from the Lancers here. There's no movement at all. And if you're going to play a perimeter game when you're a man up, you got to move that ball so dramatically fast that you're going to find a seam or an opening because the defender isn't staying ahead of the rotation. But man, you got to create something on these man ups. You had 3 straight man-up opportunities, and I didn't see one single rotation on a 3-on-2 on a corner, a cut from the crease. I didn't see any of that.
Credit the Exeter defense as well. They've been good all year on special teams, and again, so far, maintained the shutout in this second half. Denman, another finish. The assist for Williams, who's starting to rack them up. Denman with the hat trick. Scores for the second time in this third quarter, the lead 11 at 14-3.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you don't capitalize. You find yourself down double digits, and they're just going to pour this on now. It's still, under 3 minutes in the third. And you're right, Williams is starting to fill up the stat column here.
Scored Exeter's second goal, but has been an efficient playmaker really ever since.
Yeah, I got him with 2 assists.
Yeah. And again, how about Denman?
Yeah.
With 3 goals here. It's been a balanced approach, right? Drenzik with 3, Lechner with 3, and now Denman with 3. Sprinkle in Williams, as we mentioned. Adam Neal, rather. He's got 3 as well. So
Lechner's got 3 and 2, so he's got 5 points.
Yeah. Yeah, see these starters starting to rack up some numbers. Meanwhile, Drunzik shot and score. Able to wind up and pop that one. Got it low past the freshman goaltender. 15-3, Rogers. Does this trigger a running clock now that it's 12?
It should. It should. Third quarter, second half. Well, where Aiden Drunzik on his, I think it was on his second goal, man, he wound up from Newfields. This one he wound up from Stratham, and he just let that one rip. There was just no denying him. And I think he was actually closer in on that second goal here, or that goal he just had.
He may have had 1 foot over the Durham line as well.
I love it.
Get some geography in. One of my favorite subjects. Meanwhile, Owen Williams in trouble, top of the box, and now a full-blown pig pile. Lechner leaves his feet, and the junior comes down with it for Exeter. Able to snatch it overhead in a crowd. A good play. Another good play for Lechner, who's having himself quite a night. We're inside of 2 minutes, third quarter. Exeter starting to run away with it here. Their largest lead on the board. 5 unanswered in this third quarter. 6 straight overall, dating back to the final minute, final 10 seconds, in fact, of the first half. All in all, though, Roger, Londonderry, a growing program under Coach Sampson, as this one is stopped. Waldron ready for Williams that time. It's going to be, 2 back-to-back semifinal appearances in D1. That's certainly something to build on.
Yes, indeed. And Coach Sampson mentioned that to me, just how young his roster is. From his starting lineup, he's only going to lose 4 out of those starting 10, 11, 12 players when you start throwing your O in off the wings, for the wingmen. And, that's a bright future right there.
Final minute, third quarter. Lancers looking for their first score of this second half. Got some new players, it looks like, on the field as well, as we get a shot from the top of the box. First shot for Brandon Savage. Senior midi getting some time here. Coach Sampson has also gone with Benjamin Pedicula, the junior. So some of the reserves getting minutes here late in this third quarter. And it is a running clock. As you highlighted, we're down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, this might be, a good gesture on Coach Sampson's part to get the younger folks in here.
Or perhaps some of those seniors that don't see the field very often, let them go out with some playing time, perhaps.
Exactly.
All right. Third quarter in the books. Exeter looking to punch their ticket to the championship game for a second straight year. Still 12 minutes to go, though. We may see a historic comeback from Londonderry. Or do the Blue Hawks continue to roll? We find out with the fourth quarter on the way. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Semifinals here on Friday Night Lights in New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's Beals Insurance, bedford.com.
Start of the in Exeter, the Blue Hawks. No problem through 3 quarters with Londonderry here in this semifinal. 15-3 is their lead, the largest of the game. As we begin the final 12 minutes of regulation. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I semifinals here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's presented by Beals Insurance. The winner will get a crack at the defending champs. Sunday night here on this field. Comes your way at 7:30 Eastern. Bishop Girton, they advanced earlier tonight with a 13-6 victory over Pinkerton. Cardinals had a big fourth quarter to pull away and send the Astros home. Exeter, they've never trailed tonight. Scored the first 4 goals of the game. The first one just 24 seconds in. And have been rolling ever since. Leads of 6-2 after 1, 10-3 at the break. And now a 15-3 edge to begin this fourth quarter, which has triggered this running clock here at Bill Ball Stadium. So right now, a game of keep away here for the Exeter attack. It's been a balanced approach here. Production really across the board. 3 goals apiece for Lechner, Drunzik, Neal, and Denman. And a pretty good game in net as well for Ethan Burnich.
Yeah, he hasn't been seriously tested. Only 7 saves through 3 quarters.
Good catch and spin by Heward. Somehow got that shot off in a crowd. It ends up wide. Minute gone, fourth quarter, and basically a dark sky at this point as we head towards full dark. Bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. May or may not be a basketball game to watch here tonight.
Yeah,
Game
true.
3 of the finals. Some of those folks starting to rev up the engines in the parking lot off to our right, with perhaps that in mind. Here's a stop. It's Ryan Tapman in net. New goaltender, the junior. Has split time with Ethan Burnich really all season. Good 1-2 punch. And a good problem to have for first-year head coach Matt Brewster. Tapman a step slow there. Count that one for Jack Byrne. One of these seniors getting some time here in the second half. His first shot, able to beat Tapman low. Londonderry is back with an 11-15-4. Now 2 minutes gone by, fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's actually Jack Byrne. That's how he pronounces that name. His older brother, Mark, played at Central and then went on to play at Southern New Hampshire. Yeah, he's the younger brother of Mark, who has a deep root in New Hampshire lacrosse. And good for him. He's a senior now. Not so little since I coached his older brother.
Well, Roger, you've had a chance to see a lot of players really come into their own over the years, right? I mean, you've been on the job for over a decade, and
almost 20 years of coaching.
20 years of coaching, and now in year 2 with us here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. But it's remarkable to see how many players come up to you, former parents, and it must be quite the thrill, right, to see them pick up a stick before they're in second or third grade, and then they're big, strong men by the time it's all said and done with, right?
Yeah, I've been so fortunate as a human being, as a mentor, as a parent, coach, all those things to see that so many times, and I can't tell you how many times I've had former players walk up to me and say, "Hi, coach," and just saw you at the dump today, coach, and I'm just getting out of the Marine Corps, and I needed to say hi to you, and I could tell you lots of stories.
Wow, plucking chickens, right, Roger?
Oh, baby.
That is John Bauman from deep.
That's called
15, 16 meters at least, goes top shelf. 15-5.
Yeah, that's called going downtown and into the coop.
So Bauman, is that his first?
That is his first.
Yep. Saw goals for Londonderry in the first half from DeFranzo and Malcolm. 2 for DeFranzo, 1 for Malcolm. And now in this fourth quarter, Byrne and Bauman. have lit the lamp. So 15-5. 4 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Clock continuing to run here. Exeter, they're going to empty their bench a bit as well. Anthony Pompeo, senior on the field for the first time. Ryan McKay, another senior getting some time here. Got a couple of guys behind the cage. Teddy Pettit and Jack Dion. Both of those guys are seniors as well. So Coach Brewster knows what time it is here, as we are nearly 5 minutes into this fourth quarter.
Yes, indeed. And this is what you like to see. These guys have put in the time. They've been to practice every day.
Yep.
Probably most of them did, an indoor stint, whether it was with off-season programs with their own teammates or maybe, the Sunday morning league that New Hampshire Tomahawks runs or other leagues around the state. But yeah, these guys, they deserve to get the ball in their stick and run some plays.
Coming up in the midway point, fourth quarter. Albert going to jog far side. Sullivan jogs off the field for Exeter. Albert trying to go to the cage, looking for his second. That one stopped.
Little late hit there.
Another hit behind the play sent Albert tumbling, and the flag flies.
Ooh.
Yep. This one touched up. It's like a little jarring going on amongst the players. The officials trying to sort this out. Clock continuing to tick now midway through fourth quarter.
Yes, that's an illegal body check on number 9. And between you and me and the lamppost, at the very end of that touch that brought on the whistle, number 16 could have got an unsportsmanlike for chucking that ball down the other end of the field. That's a no-no. So Lancers got away with one there.
That was Brutus. Well, in defense of the player, Roger, don't you just want to get the ball out of there and out of danger?
Yeah, but the minute you touch it, it's a dead ball when there's a flag down. So there's no need to chuck the ball. And that you literally have got to drop the ball when you hear the whistle.
Meanwhile, Exeter going to work the perimeter here. Another EMO for the Blue Hawks.
It would not be a unsportsmanlike. It's more of a delay of game call, but to me, that was an unsportsmanlike move.
Meanwhile, Waldron out of the cage. Freshman's hung tough tonight. Cutting his teeth in real time, so to speak. And really, I think, gaining some invaluable experience in net here. He's kind of been in a committee this season in net, but obviously has earned the full confidence of Coach Sampson here at this point of the season.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah. He has, and he's their future in goal right now.
Yeah.
And he's a good one. He's, like you said, he's only a freshman. He's got good coaching on the sidelines. His father is probably out there ripping shots in the backyard with him.
Right.
So, yeah.
Got some good size for a freshman.
Oh.
Here's a big hit. Waldron sending Teddy Pettit through the air there, lifting him up and slamming him down. And what is the whistle?
He called a push. Where's the push? I don't know. Phantom push.
Coming up in 4 minutes, Exeter's going to keep it right here. So, Roger, we got, in all likelihood here, barring a miracle, a rematch between Exeter and Bishop Girton, of course. They met in last year's championship. Exeter gave them a fight, but in the end, the Cardinals captured it by a score of 9-6. Earlier this season, they met down in Nashua at Stello Stadium. That was a shootout, won by the Cardinals 17-10. What do you expect in round 3?
Well, if Exeter can do kind of what Pinkerton did, I don't think we've ever seen Exeter in zone. But I think it's going to be a closer battle this time. I really do. I think it could be single-digit game in the long run, and it's been like that in the past. Sometimes with Bishop Girton in their championship runs that they have only scored like a 9-7 or a 9-6 win, but that's what it's feeling like.
Of course, we'll give you the free preview, full preview, and for free, Sunday morning. when FNL Lacrosse gets underway from the Beals Insurance Studios in Bedford, 9 o'clock Eastern, only here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. And we'll bring you interviews you can only see on the program. It's all brought to you by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're going to try and get Coach Brewster on. Coach Cameron will join me in studio. Coach Hetler, a lot of stuff going on there with Derry
He hasn't been
Field.
on in a while, has he?
He was on the season opener, and
Yeah.
we're hoping to get him on the season finale.
Yeah.
To kind of go full circle with the Cougars. And then, of course, Coach Vischer was on last week. Hopefully he can make some time with us again.
Three's a charm.
And then Hopkinton, a winner.
There it is.
Try and talk with their head coach. And depending on what happens in the other half of the D3 semifinal, which is being played out right now, top seed Campbell in trouble. At last look, they were tied at halftime. We'll get you that update coming up after the game, plus a look back at this one in its entirety. Full recap with stats, highlights, and analysis. Meanwhile, Malcolm, you get another look there, gets his second goal.
So looking back, just to refresh my memory again, my comment about the Bishop Girton Championships, they have won championships by 2 goals against Exeter last year, of course. Back in the day when they were...
was it 9-7 or 9-6?
It was 9-7. 9-7, yeah, 9-7. And then you go back, of course, Pinkerton the 2 years before that. But then 11-6 was a big win over Pinkerton. Mm-hmm. And then you have 9-8, 9-7, 10-6. So they've always been very, very close games. They haven't been blowouts.
No.
So I expect the same thing, and I think this, aside from losing Holly and Clark last year from Exeter, this team seems to be a little bit more complete without them all the way around, and they're not as strong on faceoffs without Clark, but, man, they are complete.
Final minute here, fourth quarter. Exeter perhaps looking for one here in the fourth. Second unit has been on the field without a goal to show. Meanwhile, Jesse Morin make that Dylan Risley the long pole for Londonderry. He's going to be back next year for the Lancers. And as we highlighted earlier, Roger, as you touched on, they're going to bring back a lot. Both teams are. And same thing with all our semifinalists, right? BG's got a lot coming back. Pinkerton. Portsmouth got a pretty good core. Yeah, Portsmouth. I mean, there's a lot of good younger teams statewide, regardless of division.
Yeah, and that Portsmouth roster is probably the most powerful one, given like a Nick Smith, who's a freshman. Or no, he's a sophomore now. Yeah, not sophomore. I mean,
a lot of talent everywhere.
Indeed.
Including here with Exeter, the top seed, continuing to roll. They've now won their 9th straight and will head into Championship Sunday with some momentum following a 15-6 undressing of Londonderry here tonight in the semis. Impressive from wire to wire. They didn't need to score in the fourth quarter. A running clock did them just fine. 15-6 ends up being the final. A good balance across the board for Exeter. Production up and down the roster. And a good final warm-up for Coach Brewster's crew before they have to take on Bishop Girton on Sunday.
Yeah, much like the Bishop Girton roster, evened out scoring, very balanced. They didn't seem to put out a lot of extra effort to get to where they got with 15 goals, which saves your strength, saves your body. But they just picked Londonderry apart. Londonderry did their part, in the first quarter. Going into the second quarter, it got a little rough, and they were scrapping. But just the clear separation and the skill levels between the two teams was noticeable, and it showed it in the score.
Full recap on the other side. The post game is next. Exeter 15, Londonderry 6. You are watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I semifinals. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471 888-858-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Top-seeded Exeter on their way to another Division I championship appearance. They'll take on Bishop Girton Sunday night in a rematch from last year's finale. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Exeter hit the ground running tonight, scored 24 seconds in, and never really looked back. They scored the first 4 goals of the contest before Londonderry got on the board. Scored 2 goals in the final 29 seconds of the first quarter to build up a 6-2 lead after one. Outscored Londonderry 4-1 in that second period and had something going at halftime to the tune of 10-3. Third quarter, they bring the shovels. 5 unanswered, puts Londonderry away, triggers the running clock, 15-3 after 3. Londonderry able to save some face in that fourth quarter with the second unit getting minutes. They score 3 goals to make it a little more respectable in the end, but no doubt Exeter the better team tonight. They win it 15-6, and they keep on rolling. Now 9 straight, including the 2 postseason wins over now Concord and the Lancers. The Cardinals, of course, they advanced earlier with a big fourth quarter of their own as they eliminate Pinkerton by a final score of 13-6. So in the end, Roger, in Division I at least, it's looking like it's going to play out the way a lot of people thought with BG and Exeter, the last 2 standing.
Yeah, it's kind of been that way all throughout the 3 divisions. Ending up with a 1 and a 2 seed against each other.
Yeah.
I'm already looking beyond these games here today, and I'm thinking to myself, number one, how does Cole Hiles match up against J.J. Murphy at the Face-Off X? That's going to be a key matchup there. And then how does the Cardinals handle Aiden Drunzik and Lechner? Who are they going to put on those two attackmen to neutralize them? And then conversely, how does Exeter shut down Brady Dumont and Connor Bouvier and just neutralize those sharpshooters? Those will be the keys I'll be looking at.
A lot of names.
A lot of
talent. And a lot of veteran players going to be on the field here on Sunday night. Just to remind you, Sunday we are grinding really once the sun comes up. 9 a.m. We're live from the Beals Insurance Studios in Bedford with FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. I'm going to have to take your wife out for dinner, Roger, as some kind of a token of appreciation for stealing all your time this season, because I'm going to have to ask you one more time to join us and help preview Sunday's affairs.
I think she's got something going with you by telling you, get this guy out of the house. I'm at the beach. Leave me alone.
Well, again, Coach Brewster, I'm hoping to secure that interview. We'll preview the D2 championship with Coach Hetler and Coach Vischer, hopefully. And then we know at least one half of the D3 matchup, right? Hopkinton, they won earlier. They knocked out Plymouth. And then at last look, top-seeded, undefeated Campbell was tied at halftime in a low-scoring affair at 2-2.
Yeah, let me see if our friend Alex Hall is still with us. But game tied at 5-5. That was 6:09 left in the game, and that was a 3-minute ago tweet. So they're getting down.
So possibly Campbell against Hopkinton, maybe, unless there's an upset here tonight, which definitely could happen. So Laconia trying to play spoiler and advance to Sunday afternoon's finale. We bring you that live either way at 2:30 Eastern. First of 3 in a row here from Bill Ball Stadium. The D2 championship between Portsmouth and Derryfield is at 5, and then at 7:30 the heavyweight matchup between Bishop Girton and Exeter. Roger, your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight. Another great night for lacrosse in the state of New Hampshire.
Good crowds. A lot going on here with 4 teams. And I got to say, Bill Ball and the folks here at Bill Ball Stadium in Exeter, they just run a good show here. Good officials tonight, good crowds. I hate to think that our season is dwindling down to 3 games.
Yeah.
Went fast.
Always does, right? Just a 7-week regular season, a 2-week postseason. So
yeah.
And it's back to the reality, I guess, of life on the beach for the next couple of months. So Crimea River. All right. I want to thank Bill Ball. You mentioned him, always rolling out the red carpet here. His staff doing a great job. One of the better facilities statewide here at Bill Ball Stadium. And, of course, Jeff Collins making his way down from Concord, the president of the NHIAA, overseeing the whole event. We like working with them year in and year out and appreciate Jeff and his staff. Our crew here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire includes 3 videographers tonight. John Barron, spearheading the setup, was busy upstairs in the crow's nest, while our old friend Craig Incardoni manning things from just above the bench, doing a great job. And our gorilla cameraman down there in the trench, Matt Beals, once again doing a bang-up job tonight. And, of course, the director, the man putting it all together with the replays and the smoothness, the man behind the curtain, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios in Bedford. And, of course, the unseen hand, seen here tonight behind the scenes, working hard, executive producer Steve Beals. Glad to have him back in the fold in crunch time as well. Roger, what do you got? Score up?
Yeah,
we got about 10 seconds.
6-5. Laconia takes the lead on Campbell.
Stay tuned, folks. Could be an upset brewing in D3. Final score here, final time, Exeter 15, Londonderry 6. This has been a presentation of the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Semifinals here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, presented